Welcome. This is Jonathan with Tenfold. This is our Salesforce user training class, which will introduce you to Colonize and how we can help you optimize your workflow to help you sell more. Your sales process is accelerated when you integrate Salesforce with your phone system using Colonize. The ability to automatically log and capture calls and notes frees up your time to make 22 to 37% more calls per week. You'll be able to instantly see who's calling, saving you on average 50 to 85 seconds per inbound call trying to identify the caller. And if any action needs to be taken by someone else on your team, you can instantly notify them. Doesn't this all sound great? Let's get started. Once the connection between Salesforce and the phone system has been established, your Colonize administrator will send you an email inviting you to Colonize. Clicking on the link in the email will prompt you to set a password for your Colonize account and to install the Chrome extension. Once you set your password, you'll be automatically logged in. You'll remain logged in until you explicitly sign out or you clear your browser cookies or cache. If you do log out, you can easily sign back in at tenfold.com or dashboard.colonize.com. Now that you're set up and ready to go, let's talk about what you'll really be focusing on: your calls. When you place or receive a call, Colonize will take the phone number and search Salesforce for records with the number attached to it. What the pop-up displays is determined by one of three scenarios: single, multiple, or no match. A single match scenario is when there is only one record in Salesforce with a matching phone number. A multiple match is when there are two or more records with a matching phone number, and no match is when there are no records with a matching phone number. In the single match scenario, the Colonize pop-up will instantly show information about the record. You'll see the name on the record, the name of the account the record is related to, a picture detected from their social media profiles, a call timer, a recent interaction history on that record, the notes box, the disposition selector, and a save button. So let's see it in action. I just started a new call. Colonize used the number I dialed and did a search of Salesforce. Since there was only one match, I instantly see information about the contact. Here, I can see I'll be talking to Claire at RHA Inc. Even though I'm in Gmail, if I need to open Claire's or RHA's record, all I have to do is click the name, or click this name, and it'll open up in a new tab. If I need to edit Claire's record for any reason, I can click on this icon here, and it'll open up the record edit page in a new tab. I can use this section here to go over the recent interaction history on this record. And clicking on this icon here will take me straight to the activity record. Here we also have the call timer, the call status indicator, the notes box, and some additional functionality that we'll cover later. In the event that we find more than one record with a matching phone number, the Colonize pop-up will display a list of all the matching records. You can decide which record the current call should be associated with by clicking on the correct name. You can also use the text box to filter the results by record name or account name. Once you have selected a record, the single match workflow will apply. On this call, we see that there are multiple records with a matching phone number. I can use the text box to filter the results. And once I've found the correct record, all I have to do is click on it. Once I've selected the result, then the single match workflow applies. Sometimes you'll be on a call with a number that isn't associated with any records in Salesforce. There are usually two scenarios for this. One, the caller exists in Salesforce, but is calling from a number not attached to a record. Or two, the person just doesn't exist yet. They are a new lead or a new contact. With either case, the Colonize pop-up will display the phone number and indicate that there was no match found. There will be a text box you can use to search Salesforce and associate the phone number with an existing record, or you can create a new record. On this call, Colonize didn't find any records that had a matching phone number, which is why we aren't seeing any information here. I can use the text box to filter the results and either associate this number with an existing record or create a new one by using the buttons here. After I have associated the number with an existing record or created a new one, the single match workflow will apply. The pop-up will behave the same on all calls, inbound or outbound. you will have the same three scenarios of a single match, multiple match, and no match, except in the case of a click-to-dial initiated through Salesforce. Colonize allows users to initiate calls with ease just by clicking on a phone number. This works not only in Salesforce, but just about anywhere on the web. When phone numbers are detected, they will appear to be hyperlinked. If you hover your mouse over the phone number, you'll see the words "Call with Colonize." When the number is clicked, your phone will be alerted and a call to that number will begin. Here I am in Salesforce on the leads page that I have to call here in a second. So I'll just hover over this, see that it says "Call with Colonize." If I click that, it's going to alert my phone. If I answer that, it's going to initiate the call to that number. And this works not only in Salesforce, but almost anywhere on the web. So I just want to order some pizza for lunch. Here I see the phone number. Click it, it's going to alert. And that number just been called. One benefit of using click-to-dial within Salesforce is that Colonize will recognize the context in which you clicked the number. This means that even if there are multiple records that have the same number attached to it, Colonize will know which record your click is related to and will automatically act as if it is a single match. This phone number is associated to more than one contact in Salesforce. So if I did a manual dial, the pop-up will show me a list of all the contacts there. However, with click-to-dial, if I click on this number to initiate the call, Colonize knows automatically the contacts and automatically associates to the correct record. Now that we've gone over what happens when you place or receive a call, let's take a closer look at the powerful functionality Colonize gives you to optimize your workflow. Colonize will automatically log your calls to Salesforce as completed activities, whether you decide to take notes on the call or not. The following will be populated on the call record for easy reporting: the activity type, the call handler, call notes, the phone number, the call type, the date, and the call duration. Here is an example call record. You see we have the activity type set to call handler was myself, the call subject, the comments will be the full notes, the status as completed, the date, priority. If you had any dispositions, the call outcome and the call purpose would be set here, the phone number that was called, the call type, in this case it was outbound, and the call duration. Calls will only be logged to Salesforce when the pop-up is in a single match state. In a multi-match or no match scenario, if you do not choose a record to associate the call with or create a new record, the call will not be logged to Salesforce. This is to protect the integrity of your data, but that call information is not lost. You are still able to see all of your calls, no matter the matching situation, in the Colonize Analytics dashboard. During a call or after it has ended, you are able to write notes using the Colonize pop-up. When call notes are taken, the subject field will display either IBC or OBC for inbound call or outbound call, along with a truncated version of the call notes. Don't worry, you can see the full note in the comment section of the call record. If no notes are taken, the subject field will be either inbound call or outbound call. I can use the notes box in the Colonize pop-up to write my notes. And when I click save, those notes will be saved to the record. Here you can see that the subject of these notes are OBC with a truncated version, and there are previous calls that just have outbound calls since there were no notes taken. If I open this and go to the comment section, you'll see that the full notes are there. But that's not all the notes box can do. It's a powerful tool that can be used to create follow-up tasks, assign tasks, and email a copy of your call notes to your colleagues. We use natural language processing to identify your intent to follow up with someone at a specific time. If we detect that a task needs to be created, you will see a green icon appear in the notes box. When this icon is present, an open task will be created on the Salesforce record. The typical format we look for to determine whether a task will be created is an action followed by a date or time period, such as remind me tomorrow or call back next week. Since I know I need to follow up with Claire on Monday, I can use the colonize notes box to create a task in the CRM. See that Colonize has detected that a follow-up task needs to be created, and this calendar icon shows me that a task will be created on 2/29, which is next Monday. Once I hit save and go to Claire's record, you'll see that an open activity was created for on Monday with my call notes here. You can also use the notes box to easily let colleagues know about an interaction you had, whether you just want to notify them or if you have an action item for them to take care of. You can use the @mention syntax to select the Salesforce user to send a copy of the notes to. This will send your user your notes as well as a link to the Salesforce record. You'll notice a green envelope icon appear in the notes box when an email will be sent. If you need to let a colleague or manager know about an interaction that you had, you can use the @mention syntax to select their Salesforce user. You'll see the envelope shows up here, and once you click save, a copy of your notes and a link to this record will be sent to them by email. If a follow-up task needs to be created but does not necessarily need to be completed by you, you can assign the task to another user in Salesforce using the @mention syntax as well. Here we determine that action needs to be taken by someone else at the company, so I can use colonize to both create the follow-up task as well as assign that task to the other person using the @mention syntax. Once I choose the person, you'll see that the follow-up task will be created and a copy of these notes will be emailed to the user. And once I hit save, we can go to the record and you can see that the follow-up task has been created and it's been assigned to the other user. There's a lot more that Colonize can do to help you get things done faster. Let's touch on a few of them briefly to introduce you to them. First is the Active Recent tabs. Located in the top right-hand corner of the Colonize pop-up, if you click the Recent tabs, you're able to go back and notate notes or edit notes on older calls. If your organization uses call dispositions, you can use the Colonize Disposition Selector to easily set call outcomes for easy reporting. Use the Colonize pop-up to quickly send email templates to your callers. You can quickly start a video conference just with the click of a button. If your organization uses opportunities or cases, you can quickly create a new one using Colonize pop-up. We'll use the information on the record to see if we can find a match to any social profiles. If we are, then you'll be able to see the photo and links to their social media. I hope this introduction to Colonize was informative and helps you understand how your workflow can be drastically improved. If you have any questions about features, functionality, or seem to be running into any trouble, don't hesitate to contact us. We can be reached at 415-599-1170, option 2, or by email at support@colonize.com. You can also chat with us on our website, tenfold.com, or check out our great knowledge base at support.colonize.com.